Top 10 Fastest Birds in the World. For thousands of years, humans all around the world have been fascinated with the flight and motion of birds. It changed into regularly visible as an image of liberation, escape, or simply simple beauty. There are specific methods to measure flight speed: level flight, which means the rate it takes to fly in an instantly line, and diving flight, which means the rate at which the bird plunges right all the way down to kill its prey. This list will take all elements under consideration whilst list the fastest birds in the world. Number 10. Common Swift. The common swift is a medium-sized bird with curved wings and a forked tail. It spends the spring and summertime season in its natural breeding territories of Europe and Asia and travels to the southern part of Africa for the winter season. The common swift appears to have special modes of stage flight. When it is in ordinary flight, it prefers to keep a regular pace of 22 to 26 miles per hour. But with inside the breeding season, the swift appears to have an entire new gear. As it attempts to courtroom docket a mate, the bird can attain a most stage flight pace of around 70 miles per hour through changing its wing profile and aerodynamic performance, even whilst ascending via the air. These social presentations are known as screaming events due to the tough sounds it makes whilst in flight. What is surely extraordinary about the common swift is that it holds the record for the longest uninterrupted flight. This winged creature can fly non-stop for 10 months. Scientists got here to this deduction with the assist of iPhone technology. Number 9. Red-breasted Merganser. The red-breasted Merganser is a type of sawbill duck with a long, serrated bill and crest feathers across the head. Like many different waterfowl, it prefers to reproduce in northern climates, after which journey in the direction of warmer coastal climates with inside the winter. One study recorded the maximum flight speed of the red-breasted Merganser at around 80 miles per hour. When the wind became accounted for, the bird sincerely clocked in at around 100 miles per hour. This makes it the quickest duck species in the entire world. However, it is able to simplest keep such speeds for extremely brief intervals of time. This fast duck is a diver, looking underneath the water's floor for fish, frogs, crustaceans, or even insects. Sometimes it even works with different red-breasted Mergansers for its food, circling up, taking turns swimming underwater to trap a deal with its saw-shaped bill. Number 8. Gray-headed Albatross. The gray-headed albatross is unique in this list. This bird spends nearly its whole existence at sea, every now and then roaming greater than 8,000 miles on the lookout for food. The most effective time it returns to land is for the breeding season. With a wingspan of greater than 7 feet, albatrosses don't so much fly as float alongside the wind to reduce the flapping movement and preserve energy. This permits it to acquire a most flight pace of almost 80 miles per hour, according to the BBC and the Guinness Book of World Records. The gray-headed albatross recorded as the fastest bird in level flight. That's reason for bragging rights. If you are a fan of folklore, you've got certainly heard of the superstition surrounding the albatross. The albatross is thought to observe fishing boats for lengthy distances, inflicting sailors to connect that means to them. Many believe the albatross to be the spirit of a sailor who met a watery grave, and this spirit introduced true luck. Others, however, felt the massive bird introduced forthcoming doom. Read Coleridge's The Rime of the Ancient Mariner and determine for yourself. Contrasting to this, however, the gray-headed albatross is the most effective bird in its own circle of relatives that does not observe fishing vessels. Number 7. Eurasian Hobby. The Eurasian Hobby is a small, narrow species of falcon that breeds in Europe and Asia, after which migrates as some distance south as the tip of Africa for the winter. This bird of prey has a totally speedy diving motion. As it swoops right all the way down to seize its prey, it may reap diving speeds of almost 100 miles per hour. But possibly the maximum great reality approximately this bird is its exceptional mid-air control. Its maneuverability is so subtle that a male can skip meals to the girl in mid-flight as a part of its courtship display. With its smooth and speedy diving ability, the Eurasian Hobby can capture a whole lot of food in flight. They prey upon small bats, swallows, or even swifts, making them quicker than different birds with inside the raptor species. House martins actually have an interest name to alert every different of the presence of this ruthless hunter. You will spy this bird in open areas mostly, which includes farmlands and marshes, in search of its subsequent meal throughout the morning or evening. Eurasian hobbies are regarded to fly over bodies of water as nicely if no longer searching birds. When nesting, this bird is a freeloader. She will locate empty nests made with the aid of using different birds, which includes crows. Number 6. White-throated Needletail. The white-throated needletail, named for the sharp needle-like feathers at the end of the tail, is actually a large swift. Due to its spiky look, it was formerly known as the spine-tailed and is sometimes nicknamed the storm bird. Native to East Asia, it spends much of its time in the air, feeding on small flying insects. It prefers to live in rocky ridges, forests and hills, nesting inside cracked rocks or hillside rocks. This bird can cling to vertical planes without problems. According to one study, this species is said to be able to reach speeds of around 105 miles per hour. However, according to the BBC, the actual methods used to measure the bird's speed have never been published, so this number has not been fully verified. It is known as the fastest bird to fly without diving. Number 5. Red-tailed hawk. The red-tailed hawk, found across the North American continent from Alaska to Panama, isn't the fastest hawk on this list. It can only reach a typical cruising speed of about 20 to 40 miles per hour. But when it saw its prey, this bird suddenly sprang into action and dived at a speed of more than 200 kilometers per hour. The red-tailed hawk is an opportunistic hunter that eats almost anything, but its favorite meals seem to be rodents and other small mammals. He is aided in this effort by his keen eyesight, about 8 times stronger than human vision, which can spot a mouse about 100 feet away. Snakes and rodents, beware! The red-tailed hawk's 1.33-inch long talons are quite intimidating. Number 4. Gyrfalcon. The white-feathered Gyrfalcon is an interesting species in many ways. It is said to be the largest falcon in the world. It is one of the few birds that can breed along the frigid Arctic coast. And it is the official mascot of the United States Air Force Academy. But the Gyrfalcon is also one of the fastest birds measured for its ability to maintain a constant flight speed. While some other birds can exceed their speed in short bursts, the Gyrfalcon can average speeds of 50 to 68 miles per hour over a considerable length of time without slowing down or stopping. Something few other species can do. Number 3. Golden eagle. With a wingspan of 6 to 8 feet, the golden eagle is a symbol of both size and power. While an average cruising speed of around 28 to 32 miles per hour doesn't sound too impressive, golden eagles can suddenly pounce on prey with dizzying dive speeds of up to 150 to 200 miles per hour. However, its sheer size comes at the expense of a certain agility and maneuverability. It cannot catch a bird particularly fast in the air, but it is capable of killing slow-growing prey like sheep or goats. This national symbol of Mexico. The golden eagle is the largest bird of prey in North America, with a huge wingspan and a 3-foot body. One of the reasons it is rarely spotted is that it prefers rough terrain such as mountains and canyons, avoiding densely populated areas or sprawling forests. If you see one, be careful not to pick up a feather, as it's illegal and can result in heavy fines by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Number 2. Saker falcon. The endangered saker falcon patrols the vast grasslands of Eurasia and Africa to feed on rodents and small birds. This fearsome predator swoops down on its prey with dive speeds of up to 200 miles per hour and paralyzes it with a single quick blow. In normal flight, it can also reach a top speed of about 93 miles per hour. Number 1. Peregrine Falcon. The peregrine falcon takes the crown as the fastest flying bird in the world. A symbol of hunting and culture throughout human history, this bird can reach speeds of around 200 to 240 miles per hour when diving at deadly high speeds, and up to 68 miles per hour in flight. Horizontal. To achieve such extreme speeds, the falcon has the ability to apply aerodynamic wings to the fuselage to reduce drag. According to one study, it will continue to make small adjustments to wing position and speed up to the point of contact to actually hit the target.